friends, welcome to a new vlog. If you are new here, my name is Kim. I am a second grade teacher in West Michigan, and today is Monday. It is January 10th, and it is our first day back after 3 snow days last week. If you missed my last vlog, I talked about it all over there, but we had a pretty intense winter storm, and it still is like very, very cold, so the ice is not melting because, you know, it is still below freezing. So our parking lot this morning, when I was just walking in, I literally was walking in like this trying to balance myself because I was like slipping and sliding everywhere. So I'm hoping all of the kids come in safely, but luckily the roads are pretty much fine. There were quite a few area districts that were closed today because of those icy roads, but they really weren't too bad on my way in, so that's good at least. But I am ready to see my students again this morning. I did miss them last week because we only had school Monday and Tuesday, and then we were closed the rest of the week, and on Monday and Tuesday I had a really good couple of days, so hoping that we can get back into it. And we did some like routine and procedure review on Monday and Tuesday, and now I'm feeling like we almost need to do it again, but we will see. We have some testing coming up this week for reading. We do dibbles in my school district, so we will be doing dibbles testing, which is just a reading test. So we have that on the 11th, the 12th, and the 13th. I need to double check when my class is going because usually it's just one day, but I'm going to log into my computer a quick moment so that can start firing up. And then I want to share with you, I just got these really cool containers off of Amazon. So I saw these on TikTok actually, and they're like Lunchable containers almost. So they have the 4 different sections, so then you can make your own little Lunchables at home, which I didn't have any meat or cheese at home. Well, like lunch meat or like little snack cheese that you could put in here, but I put in crackers, cashews, and then these two have apples for like a little snack plate. So I might eat this as my lunch today. I do have some food in my fridge already, but I brought that. And then also I brought one of these little Chobani flips. I just had my first one of these last week, and now I'm obsessed. I don't really like Greek yogurt, but for some reason I like that. So anyways, one of my goals for 2022 is to start actually bringing healthy food, so then I have food here, because sometimes I just am not good about doing that. I'll eat like whatever I find in the lounge or whatever I find around my classroom, or I'll eat like a cupcake from a birthday treat or like whatever it might be. So anyways, I'm trying to actually bring some sort of nutritional or some sort of food that has nutritional value. So anyways, I'm gonna put this in my fridge minus the banana that will live on my desk. And I do have a student birthday that would have been on Friday, and so I need to set everything up for that student's birthday today so we can celebrate today. We also are starting science rotations today, so we have 4 sections of second grade in my building, and there are 4 units of science. So what we're doing is we are breaking it up. So we have this Battle Creek Science, which is like literally older than I am. Like this has been around since I was in elementary school, but I'm pretty sure it's like literally older than I am, but we have it. So anyways, we're all taking a different unit, and then we're gonna like rotate teachers. So like I'm going to a different classroom today. For the next 2 weeks, I'll be teaching this unit to those students, and then we're gonna switch, if that makes sense. So anyways, I am teaching about measurement, and I'm going to my next door neighbor's classroom for just half an hour today to teach that, and then I have a teacher coming to my room, and so on and so forth. So that will be interesting. I'm excited to do that. I also have some half birthdays coming up this week, because if you have students with summer birthdays, then their half birthdays would be in January and February. So I have 2 half birthdays coming up this week, and then 1 actual birthday, kind of. It was Friday, but we're gonna celebrate it today. So yes, that is the 411. That is what we are up to, and I think that's it. I will show you my outfit really quick though, and then I do need to do a little bit of running around this morning to get the birthday stuff ready. Okay, so this is what my back display shelf is looking like right now. I switched it out last week, and I don't think I shared it in last week's vlog, so I thought I would share it this week. So I have a lot of like SEL type books on here, as well as books that just like review some routines and procedures and all that kind of fun stuff. So last week I read my students The Good Egg. So this week I'm gonna read them The Smart Cookie and The Bad Seed. And then also I'm planning on reading A Bike Like Sergio's this week to my students as well. So yes, I'm planning on reading those 3 for sure. sure. And then some of these I'll read next week as well. But I really like all of these. If you're looking for some good books, I'll just kind of go slowly so you can see all of them. I just ordered The Couch Potato and what is the other one called? The Couch Potato and The Cool Bean from the same author and illustrator. I ordered them from Scholastic though, and I know Scholastic is like taking quite a while, so they probably won't be here for a little while, but that is okay. So yes, lots of good ones here. I actually just got this one the most recently from one of my partner teachers, and it's really cute. So yes, I'm excited to read this one to my students. I haven't yet, but I need to do that soon. And I did read them most people already at the beginning of the year. Raise Your Hand, I've already read to them. So some of these they've already read as well or already listened to me read. But my students love, love, love reading these ones during our silent reading time around the room. And then I just ask that when they're done with it, they put it back over here so that way I can find it, because usually these are ones that I plan on reading to them fairly soon. So I just ask that they put them back where they found it, and they're really, really good at that. So yes, here is my current display shelf. Also, I don't want to get too close because I don't want you to see names, but my fridge has definitely filled up too with student artwork. I haven't put any like assignments on there in a little while, but I do love just seeing their art and their creativity, and these are all things that they've done at home that then they bring in, and I put them on the fridge for, you know, like a couple weeks or whatever, and then I take them off and send them home with them unless they want me to keep them. But yes, they're just so cute. So I love seeing their creativity. Okay, so I'm gonna be pretty quiet because my partner teacher next door is already here. So I have on this brow fit today, all brown outfit minus my shoes, and I thrifted all of this, all of my shirt, my little sweater, and then my pants, and then these loafers are my favorite Sam Edelman ones that I wear all the time. So yes, that is the outfit today. It's like super comfy because this is an elastic waistband, but it still looks like kind of dressy because I have like the cute little cardigan. I don't know if you can tell like the material of it, but it's kind of like a dressier material. But yes, that is the outfit for today. So anyways, I will see you later. Hello sweet friends. So now it is Friday. I am here dark and early. It's right around 7 a.m. right now, and it has been a long week, but honestly a very good week as well, so I really can't complain. My students have just been working really hard. I've had a lot of absences this week, like a lot, and it's not even like the same kids. It's kind of like all over the place, so it has been a lot of work trying to figure out like where everyone's at, trying to make sure that I'm teaching all of my kids everything, and then it's like, what do you do if kids are gone and you're trying to reteach concepts to them when you are trying to like keep going with the rest of the class. So that aspect of this week has been very, very busy. However, other than that, we've had a really good week. My team and I, we have 4 different teachers on my second grade team. We just started switching this week for science, and I've been having so much fun. I have my little science bucket here of some things that I brought over yesterday that I need to put away, but I've been doing a measurement unit. So we've gotten to do lots of measurements using tape measures. Yesterday we did an experiment where we created a ramp, and then we talked about if items would roll or if they would slide. So I had items like a little basketball, a beanbag, a little die, flashlight, all sorts of fun stuff, and we talked about if they would roll down the ramp or if they would slide down the ramp. And then we also calculated the distance that they went down the ramp, and it was so much fun. And then earlier in the week we've done like lots of other experiments as well. I only have 2 weeks with the current class, and then I'll teach the same exact like unit to another class and another class and another class until I've taught all 4 classes my unit. So it's gonna be super nice as far as planning goes, because I've only planned for this one unit and that's all I have to plan for. So that's really nice. And then the rest of my team is going around and doing the same thing. So I have a different teacher who comes into my class, and it's been so much fun because when my kids see her in the hallway, they're like, that's my science teacher, and they love seeing her. So it's been a ton of fun, and just, you know, something that my kids are excited about every day and I'm excited about every day. And my kids right now are working on like a writing unit in science. There's a bunch of other stuff that goes into it as well, but they're working on like adaptations and biomes, I believe, and some other stuff as well. And anyways, it's just been really fun to see what they come up with. So anyways, I believe my partner teacher next door just got here, so I'm gonna let you guys go, but I will try to check in with you at some point, maybe after school, maybe this weekend. So I will see you when I see you. Okay, so now it is the weekend. I'm here in my classroom. I'm in my new weekend uniform that I talked about in my last vlog. I'll link the sweatshirt below. It's seriously so comfortable. So I've just been wearing it like every day of the weekend. So anyways, I am here. I have a couple of things I need to take care of. I need to fill out a timesheet and I need to make my copies. And then I wanted to finish this vlog as well. So we had a really good week. Like such a good week. I will say it was a little bit wild with like everybody being gone. Like I feel like all of my students were gone at some point this week. That's not actually true. But like any day we could have around 8 students gone. I think the least amount of students I had gone this week was one day I only had 3 gone, but other than that I had like 8 kids gone, 6 kids gone, then 8 kids gone again, all over the place. So it is hard to teach because I only have 19 students, so that's like almost half my class. So I made the teaching a little bit tricky this week, but also it was still a really good week overall. Behaviors were a little bit up and down on Friday. I think everyone was like feeling the length of the week because we had the winter break and then we had all of the snow days the week before. So last week was our first 5-day week in quite a while. And so I think some of the kids are feeling it by the end of the week. We had to review some behaviors and expectations and stuff, but that's pretty normal. Overall though, it was great. We did our doodles testing, which is that reading test that I was talking to you about, I think on Monday possibly, and it went so well. I was a little bit nervous with all of the time off, but my kids worked so hard on it. Like I could just tell that everyone was giving their best effort and it really showed. The scores for my class were really good overall. Almost all of my students, actually I think all of my students have increased their scores. Some of my kids have like doubled their scores, tripled their scores, and so that was really a great feeling because it just shows me that like what we're doing in the classroom is working and it's effective, and that's a good feeling. So yes, it was a really good week overall, and also I got to read some really good books to my students. So I think I showed you earlier in this vlog some of the books that I read. So I read The Bad Seed, The Smart Cookie, and I read A Bike Like Sergio's, which that one was a class favorite. All of my students wanted to read A Bike Like Sergio's, but for the most loved book this week, it was definitely Potato Pants. I read this book to my students kind of on a whim because there was a short story in our curriculum called Potato Boy. It was a very silly story where this little boy fell asleep on the couch after eating potato chips, and he was watching TV and he fell asleep and he had a dream that he turned into a potato, and my kids thought that was pretty funny. And so I was like, wait, I have the best book that is about potatoes, and so I went and grabbed this one. I think I first heard about this book from my best friend Melissa. I'm pretty sure she was the one who introduced me to it, but it's such a cute story. You could definitely use it in like an economy unit or a book about, or a unit about like supply and demand, or a lesson about supply and demand. I know when I taught 4th grade, we definitely had some stuff in our social studies about supply and demand, and this would have been like the perfect book for that. I love it. It's such a cute little story. It's about the local store is starting to sell potato pants, and our main character, the potato, has to get these potato pants, and it's just like so cute. And then he is like really wanting this certain pair of pants, and all the other potatoes in town, they want the pants too. So anyways, it's super cute. You should read it. I love this book, and I feel like I don't like see this book a lot on like Instagram and stuff. So anyway, super cute. Also, another good thing this week, I got a huge crayon pack because I wanted it. And I do so much like drawing and coloring under the document camera when we're like doing our writing, or really just for everything. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to use this big, huge 96 pack with sharpener pack of crayons, and wow, love my life. My kids are like, Mrs. Halls, your pictures look so pretty now that you have all these different colors. And so it's been like a little bit of a flex. Also, I'm gonna walk and talk. So my mom comes in on Fridays and Tuesdays and just helps me out with all of the things. She is amazing. And so one of the little projects that we did this week is we did some goal setting, and then I had my students do a really cool background. So hold on, let me grab my example one, and then we'll go sit down so I don't have to hold you up in the air. So hold on, let me go set you down. But basically I just printed this little sheet off, and we picked one goal that we wanted to focus in on. So we talked about like setting goals, and a lot of my kids, you know, had set some goals already last week during Monday and Tuesday last week. Well, now 2 weeks ago, I guess, because it's the weekend, but you know what I mean. So we talked about like choosing our one word. We did like a little one word project, but I thought it would be fun to just do something a little bit extra and focus in on like one achievable goal. And so I just printed out this sheet that I made on Canva, and I had us all choose a goal that's like attainable for 2022. So mine was, I will learn more words in Spanish. And then I taught them how to do this tie-dye or like fireworks kind of drawing because I always, when we have birthdays, we make a birthday book. I'll pop it up right here. It's a product that I have on my TPT. So we make birthday books. It's so much fun. My kids love it. And I got the idea because when I was in 3rd grade, my teacher did birthday books and I still have mine from 3rd grade. So that just goes to show like how special it is. So anyways, when I do their birthday books, I almost always use my little firework design because it's like super easy. So I'll do their name in like block letters on the page that I decorate, and then I'll do the little tie-dye either like around or on the inside of the letters, and then I just like write things that I love about them, and that is my contribution to the birthday book. Well, the kids are always like, Mrs. Halls, how do you do that? And I learned how to do this little design when I was in 3rd grade in art, and I never forgot because I just think it's so easy and so cute. And so I was like, okay, do you want to learn? And they were like, yeah, we want to learn. So I'm like, okay, we'll do it as the background of this goal sheet. So I taught them all how to do it, and it turned out so cute. I actually can probably show you some of them as long as I cover up the like words that they wrote on there. So I'm gonna pop some of those onto the screen right now with like the center part blurred, but they turned out so well. It definitely was like hard for the kids. Like I'll pop up a couple that you can tell it was just like a little bit more difficult, but overall they did a really, really good job, and I was super impressed. I wasn't sure if it would be something that would be like too tricky for them, because there are some things that I'm like, oh, they can probably do this, and then it ends up being a lot more difficult than I think it will be. It just takes like a lot more support and whatever, but this turned out so cute. And so I had my mom just glue these onto like yellow backgrounds, and then I'm going to hang them up in the hallway because they worked so hard on these, and I think they turned out great. And yes, I just love them. We worked on them just like a little bit during snack every day, so it took us like pretty much the whole week to finish them, and I still have some kids who are not finished, who are just a little bit slower moving or who are gone for part of the week or whatever. So that is fine, but we will get it finished this upcoming week, and then I'm gonna put them all in the hallway, and I think they're gonna look so bright and fun, so I'm excited for that. So as I'm filming this tomorrow, it is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and we do still have school tomorrow. I know a lot of schools get the day off, but my school does not, so we still teach tomorrow. We still have like a normal day. Okay, so I just realized while editing that I accidentally deleted a clip that was supposed to go right here, but basically I was just showing you this product that I love to use for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I originally bought this from Education with an Apron, but it looks like now it's over on Read Like a Rockstar's TPT, so that is what I will link you to. So in this product, there is an ebook that I really like. It's geared towards like K through 2. However, like I said, I've used it with 5th grade last year, and my students did a phenomenal job with it. The discussions that we had were amazing, and it was really cool to see the connections that my students made with some things that we had learned earlier in the year. And we talked a lot last year about like Black Lives Matter, and we talked a lot about like systemic racism and what's like going on in the world. And I just feel like my students last year, because they were a little bit older, they were able to make some incredible connections. And also, as part of our social studies last year, when I taught 5th grade, we have an entire unit that's all on the history of enslavement in the United States, and that was really eye-opening too to a lot of the students to make connections to that. So anyways, all of that to say, it is geared towards K through 2, but it doesn't need to just be K through 2. I really feel like you could use it with like K through 5, probably, maybe a little bit above. I'm not quite sure how that would work. Maybe like 6th, 7th grade could work, but I know that it might look like a little bit different. But I really like this resource. I think you should check it out. Every single thing that I buy from Education with an Apron and Read Like a Rockstar is amazing. They are awesome, and you have to be really careful on like TPT especially. There are a lot of things out there that are not accurate, or that are written through like a racist frame of mind, or that are being like unconsciously biased. And so it's just really important that you are being mindful about the things that you purchase and the things that you use with your students. So just because you purchase something, if you look through it and you realize that it is not something that you should be using with your students, then just don't use it with your students. So you really need to take the time to like look through the products, especially when they're addressing things as serious as like racism. You definitely need to be thinking about that. So anyways, all of that to say, check out this product. It is phenomenal. I will link it below, and I'm using it with my students. So I need to print a couple of those pages today. Tomorrow I'm just going to like read it aloud to my students, the ebook, and then stop for like some vocabulary words, some short discussions, and then we're going to be diving into it more throughout the week. So it's not just something we're going to be focusing on one day. We'll talk about it throughout the week. And also, I've talked about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and other Black leaders with my students like throughout the entirety of the school year. And so it's not going to be something where it's like, oh, we talk about this person because it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and then we don't talk about him again, if that makes sense. So if feel like I'm talking a mile a minute. I need to go print my stuff, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to show you while I'm over here. Ooh, I will show you. So I think I talked to you about science and how we've been switching for science. So much fun. Love my life. It has been so much fun to go next door to my partner teacher's room and teach his students. I just like absolutely love it. And I just love to like my students see their science teacher in the hallway, like their current science teacher, which is just like one of my partner teachers, and they're like, oh my gosh, we love her, we love science. Like it's just like so cute. So anyways, okay, sitting back down. So we've been working on measurement, and so I taught them how to use tape measures. We've been measuring all the things. It's been so much fun. So on Friday we made paper airplanes, which making paper airplanes with 7-year-olds is a lot more challenging than I thought it would be. It took us like 30 minutes just to make paper airplanes, and I had to fold most of them. But we have all these paper airplanes, and they're in like tables. So there's like 4 kids, I think, at each table. And so I gave all the table like the same color construction paper, so that way if a kid forgot to write their name, I can hopefully figure out whose was whose. But I did try to make sure they had their name on it. So anyways, we all folded these up, and on Monday we are going to go down to, I haven't decided yet if we're gonna try to do this in the hallway or if we're gonna go to maybe like the cafeteria or something, but we are going to have like a starting line, and then we're all going to fly our airplanes, and then we're gonna have to measure the distance that they traveled. So it's gonna be super fun. I'm very excited. And yes, that is going to be tomorrow. So it's just been so much fun. Like these kids love science, and I understand because it's a lot of fun for me too, and it's just like so fun to go into another classroom. And now when I see those kids in the hallway, like they're all excited to see me, and they're like, I can't wait for science, and it's just awesome. So that has been really good. My kids are working on like habitats and biomes and animal adaptations and all sorts of fun things, and they're working on like a writing project along with it. And I'm so excited because each rotation, like we have 2 weeks, so I have this week as well with my students next door, and my students who are working with the other teacher who's like my partner teacher from down the hall, they have this week as well. So at the end of this week I'm going to get to see my students' final project, and they are so excited for me to see it. They're like, Mrs. Halls, it's a secret for now, we don't want you to see it yet. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. But we just put it on like my Google Classroom, so it's easier, so my partner teacher doesn't have to like get logged in and everything. Like I just have it up and ready for her. So I've been trying really hard not to peek, but it's like on my Google Classroom. So anyways, I'm really excited to see that, and it's cool because they're just like so proud of it, and I love when my kids are like so proud and excited. So that's been really good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's basically it. So I feel like this vlog is probably getting fairly long because I've just been like chatting a ton since I got here. So I think I'm going to let you go so that way I can go do the things that I need to do around my classroom, get back home, and then I can finish editing this video and get it up and all that fun stuff. So I hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, if you don't already have the notification bells turned on to be notified every time I post a new vlog, I would love if you turn those on. Sometimes on Sundays I post at like 10 or 11 a.m., but more often than not I post a little bit later in the day. So if you turn on that post notification bell, no matter what time I post, you will be notified and you will know that I'm here and would love to see you. So anyways, yes, make sure to press that, and then let me know in a comment below, are you working tomorrow? For me tomorrow, are you working on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, or are you getting that day off? And yes, I would love to know. I know a lot of people, it seems like on Instagram, get it off, so my guess is maybe a lot of you get it off too, but I don't know. So let me know in a comment below. Other than that, I will see you in my next vlog. Thanks for watching. Bye.